Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we had a problem on Friday that we went over, or that you were assigned, and you were asked to write an equation. Now, going through those problems, I noticed a couple things. One thing is you don't know how to write an equation. An equation is one problem. You've seen problems that say which equation would give you the answer to, and on all those problems, if they're multiple choice, it's written in one line. So when you write your own equation, it has to be written in one line. This is the problem you did on Friday, and I want to look at it, go over it, so we can practice learning how to write an equation. Jasper bought 148 ounces of soda. Bill drank 40 ounces. Jay drank twice as much as Bill. And Jasper drank the rest. R. The rest. We don't know how much he drank yet. But they put in R as a variable for that. It'd be just like, I know when you started multiplying, they'd put little boxes in there. 3 times box equals 6. And you had to fill in the box. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Just because it's a letter, it's not any more difficult. It's not any more difficult. So we have to write an equation to show one way to find R. Then solve for R. 2 things. Write an equation. And then we have to figure out how much Jasper actually drank. I held up 3 fingers when I said 2 things you have to do. That's funny, huh? Okay. When you're going through problems like this, Stephanie, you're going to break it into pieces to begin. Break it into pieces to begin. So, if we have Bill drinking 40 ounces, we have a total of 148 ounces. So the first thing we would write for Bill is 148 subtract 8. It's all good? I'm sorry, 148 subtract 40. Sorry, I was distracted by something. 148 subtract 40. We have Jade drinking twice as much as Bill. Twice as much as Bill would be 2 times 40. Now, you all know that that's 80, but you can't put 80 in your equation because it doesn't give you 80. Your equation should not have an 80 in it. And Jasper drank the rest. So R. So my equation, an equation has an equal sign and an answer. So my equation is 148 equals. 148 equals the amount Bill drank plus what we know Jay drank, which is, no, we don't know that yet, 2 times 40 plus R. So if I add what Bill drank plus what we know Jay drank plus the rest of it, which is what Jasper drank, that's going to equal 148. There are other ways to do it, and we'll look at those in a minute. You could do 148 minus 40 minus 2 times 40 minus R, okay, or equals R. So that's another way we could write it. You can write the equation more than one way. The key is the equation is one line. What I saw from a lot of people is 148. This is what I saw. This is not right, so don't do this. I saw this 148 minus 40, and I get 108. Then I saw 108 minus 80, and I got 28. And that's not an equation. An equation is written horizontally, and it has an equal sign. So when it says write an equation, and I bet there's one on the paper I gave you today, when it says write an equation, that's how you need to do it. And then it says to solve for R. Well, yeah, you may have to do this work to solve for r, but that is not your equation. Your equation is one line. So this would be our equation. You may have had this as our equation, but your answer, it asks for two things. That's your first answer. The second thing it asks for is what does r equal? R equals dropping your marker. It also equals 28. You look at these problems, a lot of times kids in 5th grade look at these problems and they're like,
Oh, write an equation. Oh, it has an R in it. I don't know how to do these. They're so hard.
they're not. You're doing it. You wrote the equation. You wrote the equation. 40 plus 80 plus 28 equals 148. I mean, you did all that work. So it's not that difficult. You just have to remember to put it in one line and then solve it. And I could check this if I wanted to make sure my equation was correct. I could check my math, see if 40 plus 80 plus 28, to see if that did indeed equal 148. So I'd just do the math on this side of the equal sign to see if it equals the answer that I have on the other side of the equal sign. Okay, so I'm going to give that paper back here in just a minute, and we're going to go over some of the problems. Not all of them, but some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Boom! Shakalaka, peace out, God bless, love you, do something kind today, save the bees, thank you.